Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. It's a little late, so I will keep it low. Let me take this chance to wish you guys a happy new year yet again. You earth signs always come last to people because you tend to have like comfortable lives, and I'm not included, but I see that I'm falling to that energy too, and I will try to correct it, in the future. It's because on the surface one can think that everything is fine with you. Earth signs tend to be, I'm not saying comfortable, but on the surface that's mostly what it looks like. You have the tendency, the energy, the power to literally manifest anything you can. So people don't think that you go through anything. So this reading here is for you guys. Thank you for your bookings and donations to my channel. Take a second to donate to the Empress and her family if you want to. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, let's do this thing here for Earth signs, last but not least. So I'm going to give you messages for the year. I'm going to give messages for cross watchers after that. This is my minimalist series, so I'm going to take cards from like other decks as well. Lets me know I gotta remove this here. I got one card here for you guys that's sticking out. I'm seeing you spending time with your person in some form, or like being in touch or in contact, or definitely sharing the same space in 2021. And this reading is for DFs, and anybody that's like resonating with the earth energy. You and your person of interest either being in touch this year, exchanging this year, or actually spending time together. Believe in the impossible. Normally I'll just take like one more card, but I'll do two for you because this here is a little too global, but the message is for you. Luck is on your side. Now I'm liking the combination of the twos here, and you can understand it, especially if you're dealing with the Sagittarius. You're being acknowledged here. Believe in the impossible and luck is on your side. Some of you feel like, some kind of situation is desperate, or you will be feeling like that in 2021. Just remember this message here. Your commitment is being tested. I gotta leave it here, but what I'm seeing, the tendency this year, because this card keeps coming out in my reading for like, all four elements, is going to be a year of also being tested, people. And you are part of it. But you're the ones who really don't have to worry, because literally the impossible is going to happen and luck is on your side. At the end of it, your commitment and you are being tested. So I hope you caught the message. Let me count to 39 for this one. All right. Yep, let's do this. So welcome, earth signs. And either way it resonates. It may be you or your person, but mostly I tend to channel, the person that's listening to me. So let's start. These obstacles to these like messages here, you better believe that they're coming your way. because Spirit is trying to reassure you, doesn't change the fact that this year is going to be tested. You know, this year I can see it here to begin with. When these like challenges or like, you know, silly, stupid situations, but definitely situations start happening, just pull out all of the wisdom you can. And I know it to that card, your commitment is being tested. You are being tested to the Hierophant. The message is real, people. Just be mindful of that. You know, you gotta act wise. You're being tested, no matter what it looks like to you. And as like sure as the sun is going to rise tomorrow, and 2021 is going to literally, like, you know, develop itself, you can be sure that these like challenges or arguments or like, you know, your situation, the way that you know it, is going to, you know, be a little bit rocky if it has not yet, you know. But let me go on. I'm sorry I got to deliver this, you know, but to that Hierophant, yeah, if you're lucky literally enough, you know, to receive these messages, it's going to be smoother for you, because your fellow, you know, earth signs worldwide whatsoever, they won't get the memo, and they will feel like they're not lucky, that this thing is impossible when these obstacles come here. Believe me, people, just surrender to the divine, no matter how you call it or like, you know, how you see it. Surrender that to that power that's above you, because this power is trying to see who you really are. You know, let me go on. Sorry, you know, for being so long. And you guys are here. You better believe the stuff I'm trying to tell you. Somehow I can see your masculine here. I gotta see it like that. Earth signs, women. Here. And it's funny, you know, I didn't mention it. I talked about S. I'm channeling your energy, and there's also anybody. I'm channeling every earth signs, but I got people in mind too. This here is for the female energy, but there's this one male, Taurus, you know who you are. You and me, you know, we exchanged a little bit, you know, to keep it private. You're included here, and somehow I know that you're listening to me. If you're here, you're here too. Definitely getting like, you know, messages. I barely ever get like the Page of Cups, you know, like messages of love, because to me he's like more complex than that, but that's exactly what I'm seeing here. You remember that Two of Pentacles, like sharing space together. I can see you exchanging love as well. And believe me, to that luck is on your side, is a little bit like past these obstacles here, you know, like Cupid's arrow is coming like to hit you where it matters, you know. It's funny. Work through the situations. Believe me, I see you here, you know, and literally this new love, or like this, like, I see messages of love. Yeah. Coming definitely from your counterpart, you know. So let's check for that cup energy, because somehow I can feel it here. Oh my lord, it's funny that, you know, this energy keeps coming back when it comes to earth signs. I don't know why this third party is like so real when it comes to your situations. But believe me, they're there to change you, and above all, they're there. Check this out, people. Do you see the Hierophant? Do you see the Emperor? Do you see your divine counterpart in the middle? Do not hate on the Karmics, people. To that card, like, luck is on your side. At the end of the day, they bring something vital to your mix. And I'll tell you why. You know, I've said it, you know, many times. It's actually like they take a load off of you. Things are irreparable with karmics. Things are really complicated with karmics. Things get messy with karmics, just so that your DM can become somebody wise and, you know, pulling out all of the potential that he has in 2021. That's what you're going to have to understand. And I can literally see it here. These obstacles that you will be facing this year is for you to change, people. Don't hate the karmic. Actually have like a newfound sense of love for the karmic, if you know what I mean, because at the end of the day they shape your counterpart to who you need them to be. And it's funny, Taurus, you know, like that DM, you know who you are. You're included here. I told you, you have like, you know, like the best karmic ever. Love them. This message here is extended to everybody. Your mission, whether you think is possible or not, is to, I don't know how to explain this, but like to turn jealousy, hate, envy, whatever you want to name it, you know, against the karmic, like into something, believe me, it's beautiful, you know, when you look at it, where you feel like you can even thank them, you know, for what they've brought to your lives. And I hope that you caught the message. But I can see something here too, you know, 2021 is going to take the course that it will. It's going to be rocky, you know, but I see it here before the year is over. And it's like, I know that it's true because I can't even speak. You would see that most of your DMs, you know, are going to mature this year. It's too clear, you know. And he'll be tested to that Hierophant and the card up here. And this year is going to be rocky for your counterpart too, especially if he's a man, and especially if he's a man of fire. Then that there is like he will go through hell. But anybody else, but that's the masculine energy, people. Being tested, you think is going to be difficult for you. You don't even know what this guy is going through, you know. And I hope that you caught the message. Let me go on. Oh, I got it. You just worry about this, like it's not the twin flame journey, you know, for the twin flame obsession. This here is like the soul journey, if nothing else. Yeah. Your divinity, your powers, your abilities and everything. And I'm thinking of a male Virgo. You know who you are, you know what I do, you know we think alike, you know you're included here. I can feel you keep like developing your crafts. You in particular and anybody else too. Yeah. Escape a little bit in the 5D world. And it's funny that I would say this because that's not often the message, you know, but you can do it this year. Yeah. And it's not even an escape, you know, it's wrong what I'm saying. Is getting there, like tapping into that energy, know who you are. If you read tarot, if you're a healer, you're doing like magnetism, Reiki, all of these things there. It's like, you know, dive into that, to that death card too. You see that, to the Hangman? Definitely. Cultivate all of this like gifts, you know, meditation, yoga, Zen attitude. It's funny. I can feel this here, it talks to me like the hermit energy, people. Mind you, I took half of my deck, so it's like trying to come in another form. I can feel the hermit energy here. Completely okay, you know, to be in there. And I'll tell you why. It's because this karmics, because you see that confirmation. And it's funny, I'll show it real quickly, is US. But confirmation, you think is going to be hard for you. You don't even know what your person is going to go through. And you know, I just had confirmation from an earth sign. Crazy. Meditate. It's not even meditate. Tap into your powers. And that there is for all of you listening to me. That's what you're advised to do. And this type of activities here, people, they don't involve anybody else with you. That's how you will counteract, these obstacles and like this karmic, situations that you will encounter. You just find to yourself, to your breath, to the calm around you, to your mental, all of these things here. And I hope that you got the message. That's what you're advised to do. All of you, develop your powers. Yeah, that cup energy again. It is funny, people. It's a little bit like your masculine. You see how he's hiding under that emperor. I wanted to say, people, it's a little bit like, he's trying to lie about like who he really is and what he's really doing to that, like, Three of Cups here. I'll tell you something, people, and that there is for all of you. Beware of these messages of love, sudden displays of affection and everything, because something is not matching the energy that I'm feeling. And I know it, I'm looking for him and he's hiding behind that emperor. No matter what he shows you, and if I can see it here, you'll be able to see it too if you remember my message. No matter like what he tries to show you on the surface, this King of Wands is actually like right now in reversed. He's not quite there yet, but believe me, he'll be taught his lessons, before the year is over. And as I'm trying to replace this thing, this karmic card is sticking to my hand. Figure out what's behind those messages, Yeah. And I can see it to this card here. Some of you are going to think you're a little bit mad, like, am I imagining this? Is he really with that person? Is he not? That's the type of thing that you're going to be feeling. Is he hiding something or not? You will see that doubt, like creeping in. And I'll tell you why. It's because his behavior is not going to be consistent, and I hope that you caught the message. Let me go on. You are advised in 2021 to keep your cup of love in check, actually to yourself, because believe me, you will regret it if you decide to reach out to this DM here. And I will tell you why. He's shown you many times over that he's not in the Emperor energy. You too are going to have to learn the lesson, basically, to wise up to. When somebody is not ready, there are certain things that you cannot offer them, without consequences. Put that love inward into your soul craft, people, believe me. Where's this card here? I'm so sorry, I think I made a mistake, but there's never a mistake. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. What's going on here? I'm so sorry, people. You gotta bear with me. One card's missing. I gotta read it like this. Please don't be the Seven of Swords or something. Oh, thank God. Because, I get spooked sometimes too. Believe me, people, and especially the way it needed to be said. I am so sorry. This is spirit, like dealing with me to give you the message. Please bear with me. This card was actually here, but I could not see it, and not for no reason. If you're resonating with my energy, people, do not worry about the karmic. Be in your psychic gifts, visions, all of those things, abilities, and do not mind this, the obstacle, because you see that connection, that divine connection is very real, people. And this karmic that I can see literally introducing itself, to your mix, doesn't change the divine aspect of your connection and doesn't change the connection itself, you know. It's crazy. The karmic is a blessing, people, and believe me, if you're resonating with my energy, you've made it this far, you've like ever wondered, yes, this person is your DM, but he's not done or finished yet. But that energy, I can see it in 2021. There'll be a change, you know, and I can actually see it here. Lets me know I forgot to do something, but everything is cool, you know. Do not like give your love to that person because he needs to be ready, finished for you, ready to get married, ready to get committed, wiser, acting according to this, to his age, acting, you know, accordingly when it comes to your connection. He would not, like right now, he's not ready, but it's going to happen, or he will get closer to that in 2021. All I'm saying to you is like giving your cup of love to this person here in the form of admiration, attention, chasing him whatsoever is something that you're going to regret. Believe me, it's not time. If you build this thing right now, it won't be on the right foundations, you know. So you're advised not to reach out. Let him do that, you know. Yeah. That Emperor energy, he needs to experience that. Most of you are dealing with people who do not want to grow up, you know. But they will have to be. You know what they're lacking, people? The motivation, the drive and everything. And for you, and it's all of you, this here is like impossible to understand because that's not how you function, you know. Yeah. They are like in a transition stage for some of you, believe me. Like, you know, I can't even be in this group anymore because I've like surpassed it, and I'm not in my group yet because I do not want to grow up. They'll be forced to, sorry. They'll be forced to grow, believe me. Just don't reach out to them, don't give your love to them. You'll be like literally like the process, you know, you're going to be doing something to it. If you do that, just let it be, believe me. Let me go on. Some of you don't know what these men here, and I have to include also men that are earth signs, yeah. Whether your counterpart or male that are earth signs, you don't even know the stuff that they're going through. Like the struggle is real, you know, and for some of them, you know, to that temperance card has been like stretching out for a long time. A long time. Some of them, your counterparts and earth signs, male earth signs, have been waiting, you know, for like literally the day they were going to see their day for a long time. And you would understand, you know, that there is the same energy, the pentacle energy, being in the dark night of the soul because it's taking too long to be the man that you've always known you could be. Fulfilling your potential and things like that. Some of you have been denied just that. Some of these guys have been denied just that, you know. Well, don't try to put them down for it, is what I can see here. Because at the end of the day, you think it's hard for you. You don't understand the struggle is within them, you know. So do not undermine it, if you know what I mean. The struggle is real for these guys too. It's like a song that I really liked. It's called I'm Not the Enemy by Lena, for those who know. Shout out to New Orleans, you know. It says the pressures of being a man is hard, sorry. Don't think I don't understand, because I actually have a heart. Don't think I don't understand. Put a little faith in me. I'm so sorry. The pressures of being a man is hard. Don't think I don't understand. And as you know, a divine feminine, all you can say to a guy like that is just like, put a little faith in me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the enemy. The whole world might be your enemy, but I'm not your enemy. I believe in you. It's the best thing you can do to your guy, you know. It's funny because it's moving me for some reason. You know what I'm feeling, people, and I know it because you're here. Whether you know of it or not, I don't care. Whether you see it or not, I don't care. Whoever is listening to me, if you're having the masculine energy, you're fighting to be the best version of yourself. It's like nobody believes in you, but somehow to that two of wands, you managed, you know, to connect to like higher powers, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to build myself in 2021. I'm really starting to like male earth signs, you know. I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not supposed to. He said I shouldn't do that, but I don't care. Let me tell you people about this Taurus. I wish I could, but I can't. But there's something about earth signs, male earth signs, that I'm like really starting to respect, you know. You like, and it's not just that, it's your counterpart to, you know, female earth signs listening to me. Put a little faith in this guy. The masculine energy in this reading is fighting for itself, you know, in the best way possible, people. Believe me. Let me go on. Some of you have waited for your person to show up for a long time, and it's funny, I'm taking this break here. Some of you have been waiting for a long time, or this process has been a long process, you know. Well, I can tell you, you know, for many of you here, this immaturity is going to turn to something that you will like in 2021. I cannot deny that very strong, you know, masculine energy here, whether your counterpart or male earth signs. The healing was a hell of a process. It took long, you know, but for many of you, your DMs are going to be for ready in 2021, and I hope that you caught the message. Let me go on. They're building themselves, you know, as we speak, so I don't know what you are doing, you know, DFs, but, you know, get with the program. And mind you, both of you are here. You remember that card in the beginning? It will show up here, I believe. The Two of Pentacles. I wouldn't be surprised if you help this guy. Either you have helped him want to be like become the man that he will become, or he always knew he was supposed to be. If you have not in the past, you will be in the future. And there's something that you guys don't know. Do you understand that your counterpart, or this like earth sign here, male earth sign, is waiting for the day that he's going to tell you he's got his life in check? It's a little bit like you did that to him, and he is like, he's proud. He will be proud eventually to come to you and tell you, well, you know what, now I have my life in order. And that there is for many of you people, like many of you listening to me. Not everybody, but nearly. Just I hope you caught the message. Let me go on. Some of you guys, either you or your counterpart is dealing with procrastination, fear when it comes to ambition, and that being somewhat of like an immaturity. Procrastination is not a form, it is a fear, people. It's a form of anxiety. Your person is dealing with that, or has been, you know, in a long time, and I'm telling you, it's your DMs actually, or the masculine energy. Because, you know, I can see them here in numbers and it's not attached to you. You are a little bit more grounded than them if you are a woman, a feminine. But I can feel it here a little bit for the feminine and a lot for the masculine. A problem here is procrastination, people. And it will be a little bit in 2021. Well, believe me, people, even before it gets warm, it's going to get like different, you know, before the summer. Because this year he cannot waste so much time in this energy if he's achieving this year, or like tapping into this perfect energy here this year. But procrastination, if it has not been, is going to be a little bit of the problem for much longer. And believe me, that's been the problem for a long time. That's why these things here, your situation, I can see it here, people. For a lot of you, you've known your counterpart for a long time. Procrastination is what's going on here. It's funny because this is your energy too. At this point here, you will see that your strength is going to be like rewarded, literally. And believe me, for some of you, you've been on this journey here for a long time. Yet again, I'm getting the same feeling. I'm not like wavering from this here. These are people like knowing each other, and I'm sorry if you're not resonating with this. I'm telling you, it's most of you listening to me, if not everybody. You've known your person for a long time. You've struggled for a long time. This thing here is something that you've been waiting for, you know, for a long time. Well, believe me, for most of you, it's like time to reap the rewards of that, you know, in 2021 to that Sun card. And if not, if you are of the few that just met your DMs, I can see it here even to that Page of Pentacles, like a new link. Hi to you all. Plant the right seeds, you know, because what's going to come out of them is to grow. But when we talk of like strength is something that's like acquired, you know, like it's you can take it as like a synonym to endurance, you know. Just remember that this thing here is a marathon and not just like you know, like 100-meter race or something. Take it from people. You can even see it to the Queen of Pentacles, like older, wiser, to that Hierophant. Take it from us, you know, if you're new to this. This thing is not easy and it takes time, you know, but at least in 2021, plant the right seeds. You will get, you know, the man that you always wanted. And I hope that you caught the message. And for those who have planted seeds, who have believed in their person when nobody else believed in them, ooh, if you only knew what's coming your way, you know. And I hope that you heard me. Oh, I wish I could clarify these cards here. I'm so sorry I have to deliver, you know, such messages, but it's because of these damn obstacles here. I can see it here, a new cycle starting with some of you are going to just be either stressed for no reason, and a lot of you, we would have to do yet again, you know, like being by yourself. I can see it here. Virgos, you're being acknowledged in this reading here because I can feel the Hermit energy. But I hope that we won't be like, you know, this quarantine thing, this virus or whatsoever. I hope not. But I can feel the energy of people like spending time alone, you know. And some of you are going to start feeling like that. I don't know how to say it, you know. And to that Fool card even, believe me, I feel somebody here who's like totally fed up with this virus, and like, you know, it's getting the best of me. I'm not myself anymore. I can feel it here. Well, if that's not the case, brace yourselves, because in 2021 these obstacles, you know, they're going to I don't know what it is, but like to make you feel some kind of way, either depression, insomnia, stress. I can see it coming, and it has a lot to do with how you feel, whether somebody rejects you, you know, like lives their lives, you know, without you, or just because you're bored, you know, because you are by yourself. This like starting cycle is a little bit of what it is, people. It's crazy. I can feel the hermit energy in this reading here, and I hope that you heard me. But you know, make that hermit, you can even see it to the sun card. Count, people. Don't get stuck there, or even if you have to spend time by yourself, believe me, I spent a lot of time by myself, which is why I can do these things. I'm a French speaking person, which is why I can learn all these things. It's because I choose to make sense of the time that I spend by myself. It's just a matter of perception, you know. It can be burdensome, it can be like, it can make you feel bad, or you can just appreciate your company for a second, you know. I know it to the stuff that I told you before. Just learn to do things by yourself, you know, that there will be your blessing, you know. Don't waste that time, like, you know, don't waste that time. Do not waste that time. Do something instead of just like thinking or stressing, believe me, because it's coming your way. I know it, you know, at least I would have warned you. It's definitely coming. And for some of you, it's not like right now. It's coming in a few that you will uncover this very situation that I'm talking about, and then you'll actually remember me to these two cards here. You see that, the Tower moment? Yeah, I can tell you the stuff that I'm telling you. If you're resonating with my reading, you know you've made it this far in the reading, please rewind it and listen carefully, because the stuff that I'm telling you, they are going to happen, even if they're not like happening right now for some of you. But before this year is over, you shall see the stuff that I'm trying to tell you. Let me go on. You see that? It goes with this energy and the obstacle too. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. The Hermit energy is very real to this reading, and it's funny. No, I'm not missing one card. It's right here. I knew it. Virgos, you're being acknowledged here. Anybody else, there's like an energy of isolation this here. Take care of your heart. Take care of your mind. Take care of your sanity altogether. Do not let these obstacles here between you and your person. If you're listening to me, this is your person. Get the best of you. And I hope you caught that. You see that Two of Pentacles? I knew it too. You should be generous, earth signs. Is a little bit like the token that's what you call it, like requested from you to make this thing happen to yourself. Yeah, and I hope you heard me, you know, because that there is important, is going to unlock everything else. Yeah, and separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I keep trying to tell you. It's because your person is not ready yet, but if you manage to like make sense of this separation before the year is over, he will be. And one last, reconciliation. Didn't I tell you? So if you've made it this far in the reading, all of this is for you. It's too perfect, you know. Separation shall turn into reconciliation before this year is over. 2021 is the year of union for you, and if you want to make this thing work, believe me, people, all you have to do is like, it's funny that I would say that, you know, because I'm not like that, but I advise you to actually donate to me. And I'll tell you why. It's because you are like, you have the pentacles. You're supposed to give. It's funny. It says including me, and I'm looking at it like, yes, some of you are going to have to donate to me. That's the token, literally the coin that the universe wants for you to turn the separation into reconciliation. I'll make sure to give you this message in another reading of mine so that all earth signs, you know, can catch this message here. Beautiful. Anyways, for a lot of you, it's time to spend time with your person before 2021 is over. You will be like either friends, closer, talking, and believe me people, that energy is a steady energy, and you should see it, you know, is your energy. That there is steady people, and I know it's even like to the 3 of Pentacles, and if I believe the 4 of Pentacles is here too, this is crazy. Yep. Check it out, the 5 is here too. It's crazy. The others are not, but you can see it for yourself. It's a little bit left, people, before you can do this thing. So you would see which steps are missing, you know. Before this year is over, you do the right thing, your person becomes a part of your life, and then you would know what you want to do with it, you know. That's the message, people. You can see it for yourself. It's too perfect. And you know, Spirit knows I would catch these things, because for those who don't know, I love numbers and I love puzzles, you know. You're nearly there, people. More than halfway is there. The rest is up to you. You're being tested. You do the right thing. This thing here is for you, and everybody listening to me has a chance at that, you know. Be wise. Don't mess it up, you know. And believe me, people, you're dealing with the good man. I know it. I can feel it here, whether you know it or not. And like I told you, this hermit energy in 2021 is very real. So I hope you caught the message. I could feel it, you know. It's funny, because what I figured lately is that, like, I don't really need the cards to figure out, like, a general energy anymore. I don't know what's going on, but I'll figure it out this year too. It's going to be a good year, people. A good year. You've had problems with money, you get a chance to solve them in 2021. So let's start with like earth mix. And I took a little bit longer for your reading, but that's only fair, you know, because again, people tend to always put earth signs last for some reason, unless they are one. You can see a situation lingering for a long time coming to an end, or you like getting rid of something that just like bothered this relationship here. Earth and earth, there's no more doubt, and you guys will be in like communication, which I know because you guys are here together with all these pentacles, and especially like spending time together, building something steady together. That's beautiful, people. Earth and earth, you guys will be in each other's lives before this year is over, and I hope that you heard me. You see? Not, but believe me, it's funny. It's the two of it's funny. You guys spend time together, you guys love each other, but beware of that sexual energy between you guys. It can mess things up between you, and I would have warned you. Be careful of the sexual energy. Reject it if you can, or like, you know, hold on to it, or I don't know what to tell you. One more here. That there is going to be your test for earth energy, and the message is easy for you. Yeah, believe me, people, that commitment is going to be tested. You can have like something real, you can have love together, but be mindful of that like sensual energy between you guys. You would understand better than me that there is part of your karma or of the things that you have to display. If I were you, I would try not to give into that with that person in 2021, or not to infect this perfect thing here with the wrong types of energies. If you do that, it's literally like, you know, I don't want to say that, but I got to. The sexual energy has the power to make you believe in the future, so much so that it's like close to reality, a little bit like only God can bring you two back together if you let that happen. I don't like saying this. You can mess up this whole thing here for yourself. The illusion would be perfect. You would believe we have no future together if you let this, like, and it's not even karmic, it's you and him. That's how you will be tested. This here is spirit like literally threatening you. It's not warning you. This here is threatening you. I will put you in the same space. You guys can have this thing that you've always waited for. You can have some type of excitement, you know, this here, but it has to be in the Two of Cups and not that like physical thing. Learn to control yourself. If anything, you're being tested, you know. If you don't, I'll take this thing away from you. But that's just like to scare you. But I know what it's trying to say. That I just hope that you got the message. It's literally because you guys cannot help yourselves when you're together. The illusion will be perfect, meaning you think that, you know, this thing is impossible if you allow this like sexual energy to come between you guys. There's something about somebody's like physical something, either intimacy, psychology, sexology, whatsoever, that they have to heal, which is why this thing has to happen here. Or I'm sorry I have to say that, but maybe like rape, you know, whether male or female, there's something around that that has to be like worked on before you guys can be lovers, you know. And I hope that you caught the message. So let's do earth and air signs. That union card, beautiful. There will be doubts along the way, maybe attempts to. It's funny. It's like somebody is going to tell you to that high priestess, but you're not going to believe her, either because either because you have waited a long time, or basically because you don't see this thing happening. You don't even see it. For some of you, you think it's impossible, like coming off of the So I'm sorry, I needed a second because that energy was weird to me. Believe me, people, this union is yours. You don't have to worry about that. If I'm not the one saying that to you, another type of reader is going to confirm that to you. They are. They are. You're not going to see this thing like come off the ground, and you literally are going to be right in some way. But just believe in the impossible, and if I may humbly say, believe in me. This guy here will have to stop running eventually because he's going to run out of options. He will have to build himself up. You know, you remember that procrastination I talked about is included here, people. But you're dealing with the very particular type of person, and you will figure it out. There are things that you don't know about him. You know, there's that Seven of Swords energy. You see that? Yeah. And I can see it here, that king of air. He's not ready, people. He refused to be like who he was always supposed to be. It's going to be heartbreaking for you to see that thing in 2021. But before this year is over, you're going to have your union, or like come closer to it. You two are going to be in each other's lives. Whether you can see this thing or not, you cannot. For the longest time in this year, you will not see this thing, or like really doubt it. You should not, but it's because your person is also somebody. And you know, we tend to like push these readings onto ourselves, like he's going to break your heart. What tells you that he's not heartbroken himself, or dealing with somewhat of a trauma, or you know, PTSD? Yeah, I can feel it here. This thing was not easy for him, which is why he developed, you know, these things here, this type of abilities here. He's a little bit like a chameleon, if you know what I'm talking about. And he got charms and powers too, whether you can see it or not. But he'd rather like invest it in that energy than, you know, like build himself, which is what is making you like doubt him basically, or will be. Don't worry, he will run out of option. This year here is done. This here is done. I can see it to the union card. He's been running for way too long, your king of air, and he's here. You better believe the stuff that I'm telling you. He's wounded. It's not even wounded here. It's different. It's even like heartbroken, like some kind of a woman has disappointed him before. And I can even see her here. Like, you know, he has a problem trusting. And believe me, he has problems with his finances too. For some of you, he's going to run out of option. He needs to clear this, and he needs to clear himself or his act too. And I hope you heard that. By the end of the year, he will solve this problem here. The obstacles, they're just what they are, you know, obstacles along the way, and they will impact you too, you know, watcher. They will. But it's just what it is, you know, trials and tribulations in the life of a human being. And you cannot hear this, you know, but my window just opened. I can feel the cold air in my back, you know. That air energy is very real here. I can literally feel it, you know. And you guys have known each other sometime. If you have known each other sometime, please just write down the stuff that I'm telling you. Please just write it down and let's, you know, move on to whatever you want me to. But I hope you caught the message, you know, earth and wind. I gotta close my window. That's how real, you know, this thing is. And by the way, I love air. That's why, you know, it's never really closed, because I open it all the time. Whether it's hot or cold, I need air. So let's do earth and water. You don't know everything about your situation. Or you've discovered something that has hurt you like immensely lately. It's funny. Oh, I'm so sorry. But that as I can see so clearly, you know, earth and water. This year is not a year, you know, you will see that most of you will actually find it, what you call it, like hard or harder to even like get something again off of the ground, you know, with that person. This year is more of a year like being by yourself, and not just to be by yourself, but emotionally independent. I can see it's just time to water, you know, all of the stuff, all of the seeds that you have planted. But I see you having to be okay just being by yourself this year. And I hope you caught that. I cannot disregard this message here. Is too clear. It's like it's warning you a little bit, because I'm telling you this here. The Tower card may be already out, but there's got to be some kind of Tower moment that makes you feel like that, is what I wanted to say. It's crazy. You see what I'm trying to tell you? It's funny. Yeah, that's for many of you listening to me this year. And I'm sorry I got to say that, because if you know me, I'm a Queen of Cups. You know, I wished I could actually give you this cup, but I'm here to give you a message of hope. Believe in the impossible. And there's something I got to tell you, people, that I missed. I wanted to say it, but she can do the job. People, the universe is going to try to communicate with you this year. Don't ignore it. You know, it's not for no reason. It's because some of these situations that I can feel for earth signs are going to be a little bit heavy, you know. This energy is going to be very real, but before the year is over, you'll get rid of it. I mean, that energy of being depressed, stressed, sleeping, you know, you're crying yourself to sleep, being totally messed up, you know. For many of you listening to me, and I'm sorry that I have to deliver this message, you know, but believe me, there is like hope in your situation. If somebody can identify, you know, your problems, I don't know you, you don't know me, you know, like we say in French, from like Adam or Eve, you know, you better believe the stuff I'm telling you. You don't have to feel like nobody loves you, nobody cares for you, nobody wants to date you or whatsoever, you know. That by itself is a lie. I hope you can see that that is not the truth. Believe me. Believe me. You're loved, you're lovable, you know. You feeling like that is a lie, but somehow you will hold on to that concept. And I can see you uncovering some lies, which is why you will feel like that, you know. Or you're dealing with somebody, I'm telling you, who treated you, I can see it, the worst way possible. And if he has not, he will try to pull that on you. Just be like in your energy, the energy of being independent, you know, and being like, what? Yeah, like I'm content by myself. I know this thing is not going to work out the way that it is, but I believe in the impossible. I know that luck is on my side. I know I'm being tested, that you are being tested. And believe me, people, any sane person in the form that I'm seeing here, with a person like that, would be like, no, this is too toxic, you know, I can't do this here. I can see abuse, you know, of some form with these cards here. Believe me. Not like physical, but like just somebody who doesn't really care, you know, for your emotions, which is why you gotta send that energy onto yourself, into that full energy. Yeah, into that full energy is something that's not known to you. Not at all. Like it's a new energy for you. And for some of you listening to me, you know, believe me, that's always been a problem. Like, you know what, you think you can, like, you know, you think you can go around the fact of just loving yourself, you know. Well, I'm telling you, it ends today here. You are going to see the value in you and stop always like looking for other people to validate you, because they will always disappoint you. Believe in you. You are lovable. Somebody loves you. You've never really cared for that aspect, but it's time to do it this year. Here, you cannot go around it, you know, and it's for most of you. Stop like worrying about what other people think about you. Because believe me, people, that's the thing that's blocking you. That's why things are not growing the way that you want to. Instead of that, find to self-love, basically. You're worthy, you're beautiful, you're special, you're lovable, and that's what I'm here to tell you, and I hope that you caught the message. I need one more card for you. To the world. The world sees you like that. You're the only person who cannot see that, and I hope you caught it. By the end of this year here, you're going to like reveal your new self to the world, and believe me, that's when your person comes to you, and he will like that about you too, like that new you. Believe me, you will see yourself reintroducing your new self, to the world. And you're going to see that how you think the world sees you is not reality, people. And I hope that you caught the message. This is for earth and water. So let's do earth and fire. And I'm laughing it off, because I never really saw it like that. Like, I'm just thinking of that band that I love, Earth, Wind and Fire. That hermit energy, that is the realest for you. You are going to be the ones here who are really going to feel like a little bit isolated, but don't worry, believe me, whether you can see it or not, you're headed towards the right direction, and you being a hermit is something that's orchestrated by the divine, and I hope that you heard me. Yeah. It's for you to, let me tell you. Yeah, it's because you are the ones who think that you can resist this process here, which is why a little bit like the universe is going to show you its negative side. You cannot chase this person anymore. Things have got to change to the world card too. You are going to have to spend some time by yourself because you are resisting the process when you should pay attention to what's happening to you. Earth and fire. You chase your person too much, and that's the problem. Yeah, but you will see yourself like heading in the right direction. Things will change, and they will change in your favor if you just accept or learn to be by yourself. And I'll tell you why. That Nine of Cups energy is already out. It stands for the Hermit here, but you see, to that Devil energy. Stop chasing this, guy. Is part of the problem. You've been resisting this process here, and it's not going to work out that way. You need to change. Learn to be by yourself and accept the Hermit energy. Learn about the facts of lives, And the Hermit is like, the cards that are above it, like spiritually, like the High Priestess or like the Magician. The Hermit is a necessary stage to become like that, in one way or like in one form of or another, and I hope that you caught that. It's hard to make sense of things when you're a hermit, but looking back, you see exactly, why you have a problem with that, being by yourself. If I were you, I would stop spying, chasing, whatever people do nowadays, to see what other people are going through or doing with their lives, because every time you do, you're going to be like more and more separated from your person, people, and I hope that you caught that. It's time to move on from such behaviors, believe me, and you're walking towards the Hermit energy also. Yeah. Learn to control your emotions, if anything, and know how to withhold, the best things literally that you have to offer if somebody cannot match this energy here. I can feel the energy of somebody who's like also here a little bit abused. but you cannot let go of this thing here. You're like into this unconditional type of love, you know, madness, and you wonder why your person is not with you. If unconditional love was to work for you, he would have been there. No, it's not that. It's just that you keep forgetting or forgiving the unforgettable and unforgivable, and you gotta cut that off, you know. Time spent by yourself is literally foreseen. Till you change your way of thinking. Yeah. And find yourself, you know, like being a little bit more classy or having a little bit more self-love, like, you know, let me learn to walk away from this situation here, even if I do not want to. As long as you don't display that, the wheel of fortune is not going to turn in your favor, and you are still going to be in separation. Learn to stop chasing and learn to stop to start walking away from toxic situations, and do not, you know, resist the process. You're too resistant against like the journey and the lessons that you have to learn, basically. And I hope that you caught the message. And I can see you here, people. Once you do that, you will actually become yourselves. That hermit thing here, it needs to happen, you know, for you to be yourself, especially if a Virgo is involved in this like water, in this earth and fire mix here. If you're Virgo, go ahead and write down all of these things that I just channeled for you. They're like so true. Somebody is going to tell me about that, you know, to that Queen of Pentacles in the comments or whatsoever. Believe me. You see that? Spine, tarot reading, madness, you know, obsession. That's the energy that you're in. That's the problem, people. Walk away from that. Learn to be by yourself. And you're very jealous too, people. Jealousy. Every time you see one of these things, you know, it messes you up. Believe me, you're a little bit addicted to it by now. You see, the Emperor in reverse. This man is not going to be in your life as long as you keep doing that, you know. You're addicted to spying or like this type of things here. You like the feeling that it gives you. I can feel it. It's funny. This is crazy, people. This here is a little bit of a masochist type of attitude. It's a little bit like you enjoy that this person here would make you feel that way. You enjoy the madness a little bit, and I don't know, but that's what I can see, and I know I'm not wrong, you know, especially if you are a Virgo. Believe me, people, a little bit like by now you are addicted to the rush that this thing here gives you. Every time your person comes close and then he like removes himself again, is a little bit like that dependency, or literally like that addiction type of thing, you know. Believe me, your exchange with your person is not so healthy. It's not healthy at all. And you are the one who like is like, I'm sorry, I gotta say this, like below or under. Is because you allow it, you know. This thing here has to change, and I hope you caught the message. Yeah, this thing here has to change. It's a weakness of yours, you know, and I hope you caught it. Earth and fire. So those were the messages. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. You get some more messages, the earth signs, like anybody else. Your heart chakra. Find yourself in your heart space this year is all I can say. And it's not that, it's deeper than that. Heal that heart space, especially for the last group that I mentioned, you know. To that card, luck is on your side. I can literally see somebody here that's listening to me is going to get pregnant this year. I can see it, people. You've been waiting, somebody listening to me, for like a kid for a long time. Your commitment literally to the divine was tested to see what kind of heart you had, you know. You believe this thing here is impossible, it will never happen. Well, I'm here to tell you that luck is on your side if you're resonating with this energy here. And believe me, that like green inside and the heart chakra here, the universe loves you. It just wanted to see if you loved it too. It's beautiful. I see a lot of compassion within you this year. Earth signs, or like the possibility for some of you, you know, to heal themselves and their broken hearts. And if nothing, just be in the energy of the Empress this year here. Forget about the karmics and whatsoever, people. Just build yourself up. You're advised to be in the energy of the Empress. And if you're masculine, just go for the Emperor energy. Build yourself. All four like queens or kings within you, build them all up. That's what you're supposed to do in 2021. You're the Empress and the Emperor, not the karmic. And I can see this tower moments, you know, coming for you. Brace yourselves. You know, I told you from the beginning, literally. It was the first card right here. I know it, you know. So brace yourselves, people. What do we have to heal, Earth signs, for 2021? Excuse me, it's two things that I'm feeling. The masculine is not even like healing anything. Just know that you are muse to your masculine. If you're older, different, if things didn't go right, you know, with an earth sign, or like you are an earth sign, you know, yourself, just understand here, this here is literally like your relationship was made. It was never supposed to be fair to begin with, because the lady was always literally going to be on top. Don't get it twisted. If you're a feminine here, you are the goddess in the equation. And he can't get enough of you. It's like you will guide him to the light. In this mix here, the situations that I'm describing here is the divine feminine who shows the light to the divine masculine. It's mostly how it happens, right? But this here is like stronger than all of the other situations. It is very clear. So either you're older, then you're a DM. Either you got more money, then you're a DM. Either you knew of this thing and you told him, or like you knew of this twin flame thing and he did not believe you. Believe me, in this mix here, the feminine has the upper hand. And I hope that you caught the message. Pride is the problem in your situation, and I hope that you heard that. And one more, your person has to heal pride, or you yourself have to heal pride. This here to me speaks as to the magician energy. I'll say it to you one more time. You're dealing with an individual who knows people very well. For some of you, has a little bit of that, like, you know, either they're like vindictive and they know how to get their revenge, or they know how to manipulate people. But you're dealing with people that have powers, literally. I don't know what it is, or like something different about them. And believe me, some of you guys even fear that about your divine counterpart. Like, are you going to manipulate me? Are you going to be like spiteful against me and this and that? It's funny, but you would know what I'm speaking of. There's a little bit of manipulation, or somebody who knows how to manipulate people, or who has somewhat of powers in this here. And I hope that you heard me. So one last card. You guys are soulmates if you've made it this far in my reading. That's beautiful. Let me go on. Which is why you have to believe in the impossible. which is why luck is going to be on your side. It's just that your commitment is going to be tested by these obstacles and these tower moments that I can see coming. Ooh. Divine masculine. Believe me, the masculine energy, I told you before, if you've made it this far, you're going to be proud of the masculine energy before the year is over. And it's only fair because, believe me, people, you are ahead of him. This year is a year like dedicated to the growth, the empowerment, the achievements, of what your masculine always wanted to be. The completion of the masculine energy for you, earth signs, is beautiful. Yeah, this guy here, before the year is over, he's going to be like lost in love for you. And that's all I'll say. Love you, like, I cannot thank you enough for what you have done to me, what you gave me. You showed me the light, you saved me. That's what's up. That's the tea. Alignment, I knew it. I don't even need to. This year, by the time this year is over, the divine masculine is going to be completely aligned. And believe me, in his life, there'll be no other. There'll be just you, because you are the one who brought him to the light. And I hope that you got the message. Let me go on. It's beautiful. You see that, like the 10 of Cups. Happy family. For the ones who have a family, you're being acknowledged here. Before this year is over, is going to get a lot better. And for the others, I can see, happiness coming your way, and I'll tell you why. It's because the masculine energy is now balanced, and you better believe me. It's the truth. It's the truth. And yet again, this tower moments, you're being warned, You've been warned throughout the reading. Just brace yourself and believe me, surrender to the divine. And believe me, a lot of you are dealing with people that know how to manipulate. It's too much here. It is too much. Like what's going on, it is too much. Some of you are dealing with somebody that we can agree to call a liar, and he's very good at it. That door to romance is even like deeper than what you think it is. First of all, yours shall be open, before 2021 is over. I can see it here because your masculine is going to be ready. But in the meantime, the same individual that you were dealing with, believe me, he's got somewhat of like negative traits, for some of you listening to me. And if not, the deal is still the same, You guys coming together, this door of romance, literally opening, is literally to save each other, and especially the masculine. Your love, people, the right to have you, is exactly what saved the masculine from himself and his ways, Brace yourselves, 2021 is the year of tower moments. I need one more. I won't take these, There's somebody here that's listening to me dealing with the law, For something, you don't have to worry. I see this thing is going to take another turn, and I don't even know why I'm sending this message. You're afraid of something is going to take another turn, something that has to do with justice, or something that you signed, or you like, I messed up. I should have never, got myself into this kind of deal or business or contract. You don't have to worry. Things are going to get better. They're going to take another turn. And I can see it to these tower moments, just don't worry. And everybody listening to me is advised to be strong in 2021. And I hope you caught it. So, There is plenty for everyone, including me. The ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All of my needs and desires are met before I even ask. Yeah, because you're a hell of a manifester, you know, earth signs. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. Yeah, earth signs. You are the body. You're the reason why I can touch all of these things here. Is very necessary, you know. And believe me, people, whether you are an earth sign or your DM is an earth sign, you know, you give something to that person. You're going to probably like give them the most like valuable thing in their life, you know, because I'm telling you, you can manifest anything, but the beauty is this here is actually you manifested. You are the true blessing. But you know, here the person I'm speaking to, you will never lack anything, because that's not where spirit is trying to test you. So I hope that you heard that. You know, the ocean of life is lavish with its abundance. All of my needs and desires are met before I even ask. My good comes from everywhere and everyone and everything. That's your message, a true earth sign message, you know. And you're advised to be generous too. Like plenty for everyone. I can see it here. You should be generous. Earth signs is a little bit like the token that's what you call it, like requested from you to make this thing happen to yourself. Yeah, and I hope you heard me, you know, because that there is important, is going to unlock everything else. Yeah, and separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I keep trying to tell you. It's because your person is not ready yet, but if you manage to like make sense of this separation before the year is over, he will be. And one last, reconciliation. Didn't I tell you? So if you've made it this far in the reading, all of this is for you. Is too perfect, you know. Separation shall turn into reconciliation before this year is over. 2021 is the year of union for you, and if you want to make this thing work, believe me, people, all you have to do is like it's funny that I would say that, you know, because I'm not like that, but I advise you to actually donate to me. And I'll tell you why. It's because you are like, you have the pentacles. You're supposed to give. It's funny, it says including me, and I'm looking at it like, yeah, some of you are going to have to donate to me. That's the token, literally the coin that the universe wants for you to turn the separation into reconciliation. I'll make sure to give you this message in another reading of mine, so that all earth signs, you know, can catch this message here. Beautiful. Anyways, a little bit longer, but this is all for you. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.